the haunted house prank that turned real. In 2015, a group of college students decided to transform an old, abandoned house into a haunted attraction for Halloween night. They set up the house with classic horror decorations, fake blood, cobwebs, skeletons, and spooky mannequins in creepy costumes. Each friend had a role, hiding in different rooms to jump out and scare visitors. However, as the night went on, they noticed that one of their mannequins wasn't one of their own. It was a man in a clown costume, motionless, standing in a dark corner. At first, they thought it was a friend pulling a prank, but no one would own up to it. When one of the students got close, the figure suddenly moved, stepping toward them with a low, unsettling laugh. In the panic that followed, everyone ran out of the house, leaving the clown behind. When they returned with the police, the man had vanished without a trace. Later, they discovered that several houses in the area had been broken into that night, each by someone wearing a clown mask. The unknown voice on the baby monitor. In 2014, a couple in Pennsylvania set up a baby monitor in their infant son's room. Their house had always been quiet, but on Halloween night they started to hear unusual noises through the monitor, a faint, whispering voice. At first, they assumed it was just interference, but the whispers became clearer, almost as if someone was talking to the baby. The mother stayed up late, listening to the monitor in disbelief, as a faint voice, sounding almost childlike, would say, "Come closer, closer." Terrified, she rushed into the nursery to find nothing unusual. Yet every time she returned to her own room, the whispering would start again. Finally, they called in a technician to check the device. He found nothing wrong, but casually mentioned that their model of monitor was often prone to interference. When the couple researched it further, they found that interference could only come from another nearby device, none of which were in range. To this day, the voice on the monitor remains unexplained, the man at the edge of the woods. A family in rural Maine spent Halloween at home in 2012. Late that evening, while they handed out candy to the last trick-or-treaters, the mother noticed a man standing at the edge of the woods near their property, wearing a long coat and staring toward their house. Thinking he might be another trick-or-treater, she waved, but he didn't respond. Instead, he stepped back into the shadows. Shaken, the family turned off their porch light and locked up. But every so often, they would catch glimpses of the man moving along the tree line, just barely visible from the windows. The next morning, they found muddy footprints by their back door. Later, they learned that a fugitive had escaped from a nearby prison and was last spotted in their area on Halloween night. The man was eventually caught, but the family never forgot the eerie feeling of his silent presence in the dark woods, watching them